So I'm setting my fish up to fillet it out. I got this free. I can take that on off with a knife if I want, but I'm not going to waste time with that. Because time is the important thing when you're filleting fish or boning out chicken or anything like that, because your time is very valuable. What I've done is I've done a T, okay, under the gills, across the tail, and up the middle. So now with a boning knife, I know what I want is 4 fillets. So I'm going to take my knife, and earlier today I characterized it by saying Chef Rush is playing a violin. You like that? No, seriously. If you think about it, these are the strings to the violin. Here's my bow, okay? So I'm playing a violin. And that's the ideal. This knife has to hit the bone, okay? If you're hitting the meat, okay, you're leaving too much meat on there. So I always let my knife glide up and down the bone, okay? So it's like playing a violin. Or listening to certain people talk, actually. Okay, so that's 1 fillet, and I'm going to get the next one out. I'm going to do the same thing. Play the violin. There you go. And it's easy. A lot of people make this harder than it is. I got my 2 fillets out. Then I'm going to go to the bottom side here, do my T. Now this one is a little harder because there's less meat here. Okay? But it's the same routine. And notice I guide with one hand, but that knife is on the bone. And I just come up, get it started a little bit. I'm not cutting into the bone. I'm just playing a violin. Okay? And even though I'm not getting a lot of meat here, you can still get a little bit of the fillet out. Now, I should have dressed this one like I did the other one. I didn't do that. I guess I got caught up in the moment there. This is always a good little trick to do to get that fillet off of there a little faster. I should have done that. Especially this side, because it's very hard to get your fillet out without taking all the bone out. And when you do testing, they're going to expect you to get 4 fillets out. They want to see how you get those 4 fillets out and how much meat you leave on the bone. That's what they're looking for. See how much meat you leave on the bone. All right, let's do this. And this is an older fish. Not that it's bad, it's just that the meat is sagging a little bit, so it's harder to work with. When the meat is very full, plump, it's easier to work with. Okay. So once I get my fillets out, I know that there are certain items that I'm going to discard, like the head. I don't need that. The fins. And notice I'm rocking with the knife. If you try to cut with the knife, it's not going to work. The knife is designed so that what you do is you put the end down and you rock with it like that. You can do one brisk chop on it, or you can just rock it and do your cutting. You don't try to cut it like that. It's not going to work. Okay, so this is what I wanted. I actually want that off too. That goes in my stock pot. This goes in my scrap. I have my fillets here. The trick to getting your fillets off, you take the fish to the end of your cutting board and you rock-a-bye baby. What? That's what you do? Okay. If I have to use silly little terms to get you to remember something, then that's what I'll do. Rock-a-bye baby, rock-a-bye baby. You just rock it a little bit or go from side to side, and it gets it off and you're not leaving skin on the other side. I see people filleting fish, and what they do, and I'm telling you, they do this every time, they go and they start cutting into the skin like that. And then they end up with something like this. That's not the way you do it. You go underneath it. Actually, you trim it up first. Even the thinnest piece of fish, if you use the same technique, go underneath it and just rock it a little bit and let your knife glide along the skin instead of cutting it. Even the sharpest knife. The whole ideal is to let it glide along the skin and not cut into the skin. And that's the trick. All right? So I got my fillets, got my skin, all this garbage, you throw that away. All right. No, you're not going to get to fillet the fish out, but it's good to see again and refresh your memory on how it's done, and to let you know that what we're trying to accomplish today is we're going to broil a fillet of fish, put it on the plate. I'd like to get about 2 to 3 ounces, but I'm not sure what we're going to get. So when we go in there and we look at the fish, and think about all the food that's on this platter. We have a fillet of flounder. We have, and I said scallop, we have a smoked scallop. We have about, it may be 1. We have about 3 or 4 shrimp. We got broccoli casserole. We got a twice-baked potato. That's a lot of food, okay? So they don't need any more than 2 to 3 ounces of flounder. So when you go to figure out your flounder, and you're going to have to figure it out for 2 classes, by the way. If it looks like a good enough portion, then that's what we're serving. Go ahead and portion it out so that it looks good, and that's what we're serving. Don't try to put 2 pieces together to make 3 to 4 ounces. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for them to get a taste of a broiled fish, a taste of a smoked scallop, and a taste of fried shrimp. That's what we're looking for. As long as they get a taste of it, that's all we're trying to accomplish. If they want to come back and try to get seconds, they're out of luck, because I'm going to be eating that. Thank you very much.